Hi everyone, this is Sam from Booredatwork.com, and right now we are watching a live TV stream on my PlayStation. Now, Sony has released the PlayStation Vue on basically select PlayStation, in select regions, basically Chicago, Philadelphia, and New York. So if you're in any one of those areas, I would really encourage you to pick this up and actually try it right now. So I'll give you a quick walkthrough on this, on the PlayStation Vue. Now, the main buttons that you're going to be using are going to be your your left stick, as well as the X and this circle button. So I'm going to hit the circle button. And what that does is it takes me to an overlay. Now, this overlay, basically, you can see it shows you exactly what I'm watching. But if I take the left stick and I move it backwards, what happens is it tells me everything I've actually watched. So for those of you who are avid channel surfers, you can actually go back even further and look at everything that you've watched recently, I would say. Everything you've watched recently, and that basically should give you an indication of if you jumped or if you skipped a show and you missed what channel it was on, and you really want to know exactly where, you want to go back and find that show. It's pretty simple to go back and find exactly what you've browsed through. So I'm gonna hit the circle button and go back. Now we'll go back to what I'm watching right now, and then we'll go forward. And then going forward on the left stick basically shows up what's coming up next on the FX channel, which is the channel we're on right now. And then it jumps to what you might like. So basically it's telling me The Americans is something I might like. This is also on FX. Telling me that Mike and Molly is something I might like, or if I'm more into more animated shows, American Dad and Ugly Americans. Now, it's basically going through and trying to make the whole TV watching experience a little bit more intuitive. Now, a really good thing here is if I do like a show, what I do, so this is Archer, go into Archer, and if I do like a show, what I can do is basically hit down on the left stick, and over here I select add to my shows. Now, next time when I hit circle and I go through the menu on this overlay, I can go down to my shows, and Archer is already part of it. So now, I can actually access my favorite shows pretty easily without having to browse through channels to find the exact channel where the show is on. Now, I'm going to keep scrolling down on the overlay. Now you have favorite channels. You can actually favorite a channel and go back and look at your recent channels as well. And then you jump into all channels. So they're trying to make this as intuitive as possible, putting basically at your fingertips things that you want to see, things that you have seen, and basically exploration if you want to find something new. That's actually pretty, a very nice feature from the PlayStation side of things, or should I say from the PlayStation Vue. Now we'll go down again. You have live TV, so you can see exactly what's showing live right now. We'll go down a little more. Your recommended TV based off of the things I've watched. I was just watching Archer. It's now recommending The Simpsons. It's recommending Ridiculousness, Broad City, Touch.0, because I've seen that. I've watched that before. Law and Order, based on the Law and Order, which I watched recently, and other shows based off of my recent watching habits, which is actually pretty interesting. It's a really good discovery feature over here. Now we're going to scroll down further, and then these are featured shows, so highlights and what Vue would like you to watch. Now, overall, this is a really, really intuitive, UI. Why is it intuitive? Because this is very reminiscent of what you experience on, the cross media bar. Taking it even further, if I scroll all the way up, I now have the ability to search, to explore, to look at the guide, and look at settings. But now I'm going to switch over to guide so I can show you a little bit more of this cross media bar-esque kind of experience. Now, as you can see, the channels are listed up top as items in their own, similar to the cross-media bar where you have certain categories. Now, within those categories, you can now select. So within these channels, you can now select what show you want to watch by scrolling up or down. You know, it's a pretty big departure from what you're used to in media guides, where you have the channels on the left y-axis and the times on the the x-axis. So this is pretty different. This is very similar to the cross-media bar. It should feel very familiar to you guys, to everyone who uses the PlayStation 4 right now. So I'm gonna hit the circle and get back out of here. Now I'm going to go back into the FX, the channel this is showing live. Now I'm going to hit the X button, and this pauses it because this also has somewhat of a DVR function. I can't record right now, or we don't have the ability to record, but we can actually pause and then play, which is pretty nice. And if I want to get any further, let's see if this will allow us to go further. Ah, no, it doesn't allow us to skip ahead, but it does allow us, using the scan of the search bar here, to go backwards. Okay, so we're watching That's My Boy. We're looking back at the start of the show. Not bad at all. So now what else can we do, right? If you scroll down again on the left stick, you have options. It shows you an option where you can do a search. So I'm going to hit triangle right now, which was indicated as a search button. And this basically takes you through quick search options where you start with special character, numbers, and letters. So let's jump down and see what we have for B. Go back up, and we have the Big Bang Theory. Let's jump right to it and see Big Bang Theory. I can add this to my favorite shows. I'll add that. And let's see. Oh. It's telling me I can actually record this, so that's actually pretty interesting. It's going to record the Big Bang Theory next time it shows. I'm gonna go back and that's catch up, so I can go back and actually watch an episode of The Blacklist, which is actually pretty cool. No, the Blacklist isn't showing right now. This is actually, so I guess the show is ending and the Blacklist is about to begin. Alright, so I'll get out of here. Now let's have a look at the Explore feature. The Explore feature allows you to basically select a criteria, or basically set up a criteria and receive hold up one second, and you receive results based on your criteria. So here I'm going to go with a category. Let's see something that's a TV show. We want something with a lot of action and adventure. The length, let's say an hour. We want to be able to enjoy the show. Age rating, let's keep it family friendly, so we'll go to PG. And we have channels if we want to use certain channels, but I'll leave that as all channels for now. And popularity, let's go through expiry dates. So we have Hotel Amazon, the A-Team, the old A-Team, pretty cool. So you get results based on the criteria you highlight, and you get some pretty interesting options here. Oh, we have Xena, we have Expedition Unknown, Hercules, Heart to Heart, and other shows here. I wouldn't call everything here action adventure, but they are all quite interesting. So we'll back out of this yet again. Now I should highlight that, we have the option here, or when you have the PlayStation View, you have the option of 3 tiers of service. Now each tier of service basically is differentiated by the number of channels that are actually offered. Now, for the lowest tier, you get less channels, and you start at $49.99. And for the highest tier, you get the most channels, basically every channel View has to offer, and that's up at $69.99. So, you know, it's quite a decent amount of money to pay, but you do get a pretty good selection of channels and also content, or should I say shows, based off of what we've seen here so far. Now, you get 7 days for free, and after the 7-day trial period, you charge the next month for the entirety of the amount. Or so if you sign up now, you get billed on the next month, within the next month. So all in all, this is not a bad way to watch TV for those cord cutters out there. You guys who don't want to have a cable box, this is definitely a viable option. What you do miss out on is your premium cable channels like Showtime, HBO, Cinemax, and the others. But, you know, for what you get here, and for the fact that, you know, HBO Go would eventually be on, you know, these, on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, similar to how they were available on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So you might not be missing out too much if you decide to cut the cord at this stage. So once again, this is Sam for Booredatwork.com, and this is the PlayStation View. And as always, enjoy your entertainment.